Once upon a time, you'll recognize this story in about a minute. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Eleanor who lived with her mother and her father, and she was very happy. And one day they were out for a ride in a car and there was an automobile accident. And Eleanor's mother was killed. And Eleanor was left in a wheelchair. Her father had a very difficult time of it. And shortly after, he got married again to a woman who had 2 daughters. And after that, there was another accident. And Eleanor was left alone in the house with her 2 stepsisters. And they were very, very mean to her. They made her sleep downstairs in the basement. And some of the ashes and the cinders from the furnace would get in her hair, and her stepsisters would call her Cinderella! Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella! Every morning, she had to crawl her way up the stairs. Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella! They made her do the cooking. They made her do the cleaning. Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella! They made her scrub the toilets. She had a hard time. She tried to remember what her parents had always taught her. Keep a smile on your face and a smile in your heart, but it was hard. Every morning she would crawl up the stairs and, Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella! She pulled herself into her chair. What is it, Cinderella? You didn't do a good job cleaning my plate. Sure I did, it's perfectly clean. No, it isn't. It's filthy and disgusting. Wash it, dry it, do it again. Ooh, Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella! She'd wheel her chair to her bedroom. You didn't do a good job folding my laundry. Sure I did. It's all stacked up nice and neat on your bed. No, it isn't. It's on the floor. And look, somebody walked all over it. There's footprints on it. Wash it, dry it, fold it again. They were so mean to her, but she didn't have anywhere else to go. She tried to keep a smile on her face and a smile in her heart, but it was hard. One day the stepsisters were talking, oh my goodness, did you hear the prince? He's having a big old dance party. He's inviting all the eligible young women to come. He's gonna come, he's gonna fall in love with me, he's gonna marry me. He is not gonna marry you. What are you gonna wear to the ball? I thought I would wear my nice red dress. Oh, that red thing, huh? What's wrong with it? Makes you look like a tomato. I can't believe you said that. What are you gonna wear to the ball? I thought I would wear my nice purple outfit. Oh, that purple thing, huh? What's wrong with it? Makes you look like an eggplant. Tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant. I want to go to the ball, said Cinderella. You can't go to the ball. You're nothing. You're no one. You're just a hired help. You're just Cinderella. Besides, you're in a wheelchair. This is a dance party, not a wheelchair party. What are you gonna do? Play cards with a prince? I still wanna go. Well, you can't, so forget about it. Time passed and the day of the ball came. The stepsisters were getting all dressed up. I do look fine. Yeah, you look like a fine, ripe tomato. At least I don't look like a moldy old eggplant. Tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant. Bye, Cinderella, bye, Cinderella. And off they went to the ball. Well, Cinderella tried to keep a smile on her face and a smile in her heart, but it was hard, so she was wheeling her way into the kitchen to make herself a pot of tea, when all of a sudden, bing bong, the doorbell rang, which was really weird because the doorbell had been broken for years. Cinderella wheeled her way over to the door and she looked through the peephole and she saw an old woman pushing a shopping cart. Hello? Hello? Is this Eleanor's house? She hadn't heard that name in a long time. I guess so. Oh, good. Well, let me in. I'm not supposed to let strangers into the house. Oh, silly, I'm not a stranger. A little strange maybe, but I'm not a stranger. I'm your fairy godmother. My what? Your fairy godmother. I didn't know I had a fairy godmother. Well, you do. Look, you want to go to the ball, right? Let me in. Well, the old woman looked harmless, so Cinderella opened the door and the old woman pushed the shopping cart right into the kitchen. Now, we have to get you ready for the ball. But I don't have anything to wear. All I've got are these rags. Oh, don't worry about that. I have just the thing. The old woman dug around in the shopping cart and came out with a big, black, plastic garbage bag. That's nice. Oh, don't worry, I'm not done yet. Do you have a pair of scissors? They got a pair of scissors. And they cut out armholes and a neck hole and they put it right on Cinderella. And this is nice, but I can't go to a ball looking like this. Oh, silly. It doesn't matter how you look. What matters is who you are. Who I am. I'm nothing. I'm no one. I'm just a hired help. I'm just Cinderella. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm wearing a black plastic garbage bag. Oh, no, 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 no. Eleanor, no, no, no. I'm not done yet. You are a beautiful, kind, hard-working young woman with a smile on your face and a smile on your heart. Besides, I'm not done yet. The old woman reached up her sleeve and she pulled out a magical wand. She went, Unga, Munga, Bunga, Pew! And the black plastic garbage bag transformed into an amazing Versace gown. This is beautiful! Yes, I do good work, don't I? But I don't have any shoes to go with anything this fine. Oh, don't worry about that. I've just the thing. I've kept these for years. The old woman dug around in the shopping cart, came out with a shoebox. She put on the table, she lifted the lid, and she took out a pair of beautiful glass slippers. She put one on each of Cinderella's feet, and they fit perfectly. You know, you can't dance in glass slippers, but a girl in a wheelchair, you can rock those shoes. But how am I going to get to the ball? It's so far away, and oh, don't worry about that. Go get me a pumpkin. A pumpkin? It's springtime. We don't have any pumpkins. What do you have? Have a big old beet? A beet? Right, go get me the beet. They got the beet, they took it outside, they put it on the road. The old woman pulled out her magical wand. She went, Bunga, 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 pew! And the beet transformed into a big, bright, red, handicapped accessible wheelchair van. Wow! Yes, do good work, don't I? But I don't know how to drive. Oh, don't worry about that. Go get me a white mouse. White mouse? We don't have any white mice. What do you have? Cockroaches. Cockroaches? Ew! All right, go get me a cockroach. Cinderella went inside, she got a cockroach, she brought it outside, they put it in the road. Unga, munga, bunga, pew! It transformed into a really weird-looking chauffeur. He opened the door. Now remember, my magic only works till midnight. She wheeled her way up into the van, the door closed, and off they went. Remember, be back by midnight! And off they went to the palace. When they got there, the chauffeur opened the door. He picked up the wheelchair. He carried it up the steps to the front doors. The king's guards opened the front doors, and Cinderella rolled her way down the long hall to the ballroom. Inside the ballroom, everyone was dancing. Da, 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 da. She wheeled her way into the middle of the ballroom. Da, 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 da. The music stopped. Everybody stared. Would you look at that? I cannot believe they let someone like that in here. This is supposed to be a dance party, not a wheelchair party. Well, at least she doesn't look like a tomato. At least she doesn't look like an eggplant. Tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant, tomato. The prince, however, he took one look, and he was captivated. He called his guards over, he whispered in their ears. They ran off. They came back a moment later with a table and a chair. The prince went up to Cinderella and said, "Excuse me, my dear." He reached into his pocket. "Would you like to play gin rummy?" And he pulled out a deck of cards. "I would love to." And together they sat in the middle of the ballroom and they began to play cards. They were laughing, they were having a great time. I cannot believe that the prince is sitting there playing cards in the middle of the ballroom. This is supposed to be a dance party, not a card party. Guess he didn't want to dance with a tomato. I know he didn't want to dance with an eggplant. Tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant. Cinderella and the prince were laughing, they were talking. It's really hard to get to know people when you're just dancing with them, but when you're playing cards, time flew by, and all of a sudden, what's that? Oh, it's just my watch alarm. It goes off every night at midnight. Midnight? I gotta go. Cinderella backed away from the table, spun around, and boom, headed towards the door. The prince jumped up. Wait! He shouted. She rolled her way down the long hall. He followed after. Wait! He shouted. The guards opened the doors. She banged her way down the steps. Boom, 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 boom. One of her shoes went flying off. The prince saw the glass slipper flying through the air, and he jumped up and he dove for it. He caught it just before it hit the ground. Wait! He shouted. She wheeled her way up into the van. The doors closed, and off they went around the corner. Wait! I don't even know your name! Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Midnight. The handicapped accessible wheelchair van turned back into a beat. The ball gown turned back into a black plastic garbage bag, which was a good thing because she was covered with beet, and a cockroach went running off. Cinderella wheeled her way back home. She crawled down the stairs to the bedroom. She fell fast asleep next to the furnace. The next day, the stepsisters were talking. Oh my goodness, did you hear? The prince, he fell in love with that girl at the party. He found a shoe, a dirty, stinking shoe. He's taking that shoe door to door. He's trying on everybody's foot, and whoever's foot it fits, he's gonna marry. When he comes here, he's gonna try it on my foot, and he's gonna marry me. He's not gonna marry a tomato. I know he is not gonna marry an eggplant. Tomato, eggplant, tomato, eggplant. Bing bong. The doorbell rang, which was really weird because the doorbell had been broken for years. One of the stepsisters jumped into the chair and wheeled her way over the door. She opened it up. Oh, Prince, I am so happy to see you. I had a wonderful time at the ball last night playing cards with you. And by the way, did you happen to find a shoe? Now the prince took one look and he was pretty sure that this was not the girl he had been talking to. But when you're a prince, you've got to keep your promises. So he knelt down and he tried to put the shoe on her foot. I don't think this is going to fit. Oh, relax, it's glass, it's a liquid, it'll expand. The other stepsisters were crawling off to the kitchen. The other stepsister was crawling off to the kitchen to cut off her toes. No bloodshed, please. I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. I'm never going to find her. And just then, thump, thump. What's that? Oh, it's just rats, big old rats in the basement. The door to the basement opened up and in crawled Cinderella. She pulled herself up onto a chair. She saw the prince. He saw her. My dear, would you try this on? Oh, don't bother with her. She's nothing. She's no one. She's just Cinderella. She's just a hired help. Cinderella, would you try this on? He knelt down and he put the shoe on her foot and it fit perfectly. She reached behind the cushion of her chair. She found the other shoe. She put it on the other foot and boom, her rags transformed into an amazingly sensible pantsuit ensemble. How did she do that? I do not know. She did not even leave the room. Prince took one look. He said, Cinderella, will you marry me? No. No? No? He's a prince. Marry him. She said, my name is not Cinderella. My name is Eleanor. Eleanor, will you marry me? Of course I will. And so Eleanor and the prince were married, and they lived happily ever after. The stepsisters, however, were moved to the palace, where they lived in the tower 365 steps away from the nearest bathroom. The end.